Pukeymon is a line of trading cards released in the year 2000 by the company Pacific Trading Cards. Pukeymon is a parody of the widely popular trading card game Pokemon. The base set of Pokemon trading cards was released between the years of 1996 to 1998 to worldwide acclaim. Did Pukeymon receive the same level of acclaim as Pokemon? Well, no. Has the legacy of Pukeymon improved with the test of time? Well, no. In fact, most people may confuse Pukeymon with Pukeymon, a limited set of parody cards released as an insert in Cracked magazine. This is because the 9 Pukeymon cards are more funny and memorable than all 116 Pukeymon cards. In fact, some people may argue that Pukeymon cards are not funny at all, nor memorable. In fact, some people may argue it is not worth your time to sit through a 10-minute video discussing Pukeymon cards. To which I respond, yes. I discovered Pukeymon by accident at a local hobby shop I hit up when I'm hunting for Marvel singles, trying to complete that danger room. They had a sealed box of Pukeymon cards behind the checkout counter, and I'll be honest, I did audibly chuckle at the name Pukeymon. It was just one single audible chuckle. Ha! After I left the store, I could not get Pukeymon off my mind. I did a little research, I watched some unboxing videos, and I quickly discovered that these were no ordinary trading cards. Nay, Pukeymon cards are highly disposable schlock, produced as a desperate cash grab by a dying company. You see, Pukeymon was created and released by Pacific Trading Cards, a popular trading card company founded in 1980 by one Mike Kramer. Mike Kramer claims to have collected 500,000 trading cards by his 15th birthday, and supposedly he sold them out of his childhood home as a precursor to Pacific. The actual company wasn't founded until 1980, and it was originally funded by money Kramer saved from 10 seasons of Alaskan king crab fishing. According to Wikipedia, Pacific is credited with several milestones in the world of trading cards. Pacific invented the 9-card binder sleeves, ubiquitous to all collectors. Pacific created the first Kurt Warner and Tom Brady rookie cards. Pacific even created the first bilingual baseball cards in Spanish. Pacific wasn't just known for its sports cards though. Pacific released a line of Operation Desert Shield trading cards, as well as Andy Griffith cards, Garfield cards, Bingo movie trading cards. Some real standout properties here. While Pacific was happy to ride the coattails of modern American heroes like George Bush and Bingo, their clear moneymaker was their sports cards. Unfortunately for Pacific, their last line of baseball cards was released in the year 2000. After which they only released football and hockey cards. Even more unfortunately, Pacific lost its NFL license in 2003, and by 2004 their entire sports cards line relied on the National Hockey League. Hence why it may be no surprise that in 2004, Pacific Trading Cards was acquired by Don Roos Playoff, which in turn was acquired by Panini, which in turn was acquired by no one, because as recently as 2014, Panini was raking in €750 million. That's a lot of euros, I think. I don't really follow the value of the euro. In any case, what can we attribute this incredible success to? Well, it definitely wasn't Pukeymon, but we may be able to attribute Pacific's downfall to Pukeymon. But that's just a theory. A game theory. A trading card game theory, of which Pukeymon is not. Let's dive in. Like I said, the Pukeymon box immediately caught my eye. I'm a big fan of Garbage Pail Kids, so I love any sort of parody-type trading cards. And Pukeymon goes out of its way to let you know it's a parody. These cards are a parody and are not licensed or authorized by the makers of Pokemon. In fact, Pokemon makes us puke. Probably saved a bundle on legal fees with that one. Pukeymon, the first movie, never coming to a theater near you. Pukeymon is not a game. That is not seen on TV. This is really funny stuff. A new low in trading cards. But don't miss out. Trust me, if you've never seen Pukeymon cards before, your life is incomplete. Yeah! Something notable about Pukeymon is its rarity scheme. This box has 36 booster packs with 5 cards per pack. Yet the rarity scheme is out of 37? Why? Also, they don't use the word rarity. Instead, a card's value is called worthlessness. The fewer the toilets, the more worthless the card. Yeah, take 10 seconds to mull that one over. The fewer the toilets, the more worthless. You dig? I'll talk about some of these more rare cards later. Or should I say these higher toilet cards? These more or less worthless cards? The packages look disgusting, which I guess is the point. To look like puke. If you clip the barcode, you could redeem it for 2 Pacific points. Can't find anything on Pacific Points. I have no idea what you could redeem them for. In any case, I now have 72 of them, and I imagine the longer I sit on my Pacific Points, the more or less worthless they'll be. I imagine that they're immune to inflation, sort of like the gold standard. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? If you watch any unboxing videos, you'll notice something kind of weird about all these packs. The cards come out sticky. Like, you have to peel the cards off one another. Furthermore, the distribution is horrendous. I almost completed the entire common set twice. Out of 180 some cards, I think over 70 of them were duplicates. I mean, sometimes I got 2 duplicates in one pack. 2 Imodiums in one pack. 2! And not to mention 5 Togepis, 5 little pictures of some Greek kid standing in a puddle of urine. It wasn't funny the first time, definitely wasn't funny the 5th time. What may be most depressing about Pukeymon though, is that they're not funny. Especially when you have to open 36 packs in a row. At first you're like, haha, Pikachu. You know, like Pikachu, if he was gonna throw up. And then you're like, ah, Poliwretch, like Poliwhirl, if he was gonna throw up. And then you're like, ah, yeah, you know, Spew, like Mew, if he was gonna throw up. You see, the thing is, I can't decide if it would actually have been funnier if every Pukeymon was just a straight up parody of an existing Pokemon, sort of like Pukeymon. On the one hand, Star Poo, yeah, that got a giggle out of me. A giggle, one solitary giggle. On the other hand, there's only so many bodily fluids you can utilize. With something like 95 unique characters, the well runs dry real quick. Bacterion. This Pokemon infects its enemy, reducing them to a puddle of mucus and snot. Starpy. Flying through the sky, this Pokemon wets everything below. Drool. Phlegm. Smagma. This Pokemon's cheese-like, foul-smelling, sebaceous secretion disgusts others. Oh my gosh, dude. Cheese? Smagma? This is for kids. This Pokemon can extricate him. Extricate. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Really, most of the text on the cards is meaningless. It's literally what the cards say. Each Pokemon has a mean skill with a little asterisk clarifying that it's actually a meaningless skill. And a lot of these truly are meaningless. Brain slurp, chunky peanut butter, jingle balls, abomination. What is this? The Antichrist Pokemon, and it's just a little can of tuna. I mean, with a lot of these characters, I have no idea what I'm even looking at. They're definitely not Pokemon. For instance, Wiggly Stuff, Lick It Up, Grimy, or Georude. I may not know what these are, but at least I see some resemblance to like an existing Pokemon. So they get a pass even though they're stupid. But then there's stuff like Milknose. What is that? Obsessed? Neither of these guys have arms. How did he turn on the TV? How did he put the little straw in the milk carton? Crazed. That's just the lion guy from Rudolph, right? Putridodon. This is like a character from Barney. And Putridodon's one of the rarest cards, supposedly. For 3 toilets, Putridodon, or whatever, he'll spit a homeboy rap. A homeboy rap! And that does 40, 40. Huey? Is that supposed to be the kid or the toilet? Or is it both, like Slowbro? Why is the toilet enjoying it? What's worse is when it's like a regular animal, but with just stink lines drawn around it or whatever. Case in point, Reek. It's just a dog, dude. Just a cartoon dog doing a little dance. But he has little stinky lines over him. Bombitodile, it's just a crocodile with stink lines. At least Decongestigator is slightly more original. He's got some tissues instead of stink lines. Simp, it's just a farting goldfish. Gasmon, it's just a farting, I don't know, beetle, ladybug thing. Jigglybutt, it's just a pig. It's just a regular freaking pig with one massive dump truck. Holy cow, bro, it's a huge butt. Choker, it's just a clown. Someone doodled a little court jester guy during their lunch break, and they just slapped it on a card. Why not? Faulos, back with the stink lines. There are 6 mouse-based Pokemon in this set, and half of them, their mean skill is just being kind, being friendly, being too nice. One of the only redeeming qualities of Pokemon are these evolution transition cards, which I think are original to Pokemon. I don't think Pokemon had anything like this in their base set. It's kind of cool to see all the phases of evolution next to each other, because they are mostly coherent. Like this little elephant guy. He goes from pooping his diaper to letting it all hang out to finally learning how to use a toilet. Beautiful, just beautiful. Now the thing is, the level 2 and 3 evolution phases are more rare, so the likelihood of you pulling all the phases of evolution for a single Pokemon are super unlikely. Just in this box, I'm missing like 10 level 2s, most of the level 3s. The gold and the holo cards are almost imperceptible. Seriously, at first I thought I hadn't even pulled any gold cards because the imprint is so hard to see. Now the standout cards are the scratch and sniff cards, which admittedly, That's a clever idea, especially for this theme. Admittedly, I tried scratching and sniffing them, and admittedly, they were a little stinky. Or, it might just be 20 years of sticky card gel. Another unique feature are these Greek cards. I think they only come in Pikachu and Togepi variants. Togepi sort of makes sense because he's supposed to be like, a Greek kid or whatever. But I don't get what Pikachu or Pokemon in general has to do with Greek anything. Plus, these cards aren't even rare. I pulled 4 of them, and they have the one toilet designation. So they are the most worthless cards. And that's my problem with this entire set. To kind of understand what I'm getting at, picture this. You're some doofy kid walking into your local trading card store in the year 2000. You're super hyped to pick up these Pokemon cards everyone's been talking about, so you've been saving up your allowance for weeks and weeks. However, when you step into the store, something else catches your eye. Pukeymon. The art looks atrocious. There's only 5 cards per pack, but still, you're curious. And maybe you're a little rebellious, so instead of buying Pokemon like every other lame-o on the playground, you buy Pukeymon cards. Maybe even buy 2 or 3 packs, I don't know. Now, the 2 main draws of Pukeymon cards are the awful, horrible, stupid artwork, and the puns or the pseudo-jokes or whatever you want to call it on the card. If you bought the pack and you opened it up and you couldn't even read the jokes because they're written in Greek, would you not feel a little cheated, a little scammed? Especially if you pull 2 freaking Imodiums in the same pack. So clearly these cards were not popular. I mean, to this day, unopened Pukeymon booster boxes and packs are super abundant and super cheap. I think you can go online and buy almost any single card you want for like less than $2. Now, do I think this line of trading cards was single-handedly responsible for putting Pacific in the can? Nah, man, come on. I mean, look at the artwork. It's literally Sharpie marker and watercolors scanned over this horrendous Photoshop brick wall background. They probably had some summer intern crank out 50 of these suckers in a day, and then they paid him in Tootsie Rolls or something. What's more likely is that these cards were a last-ditch cash grab in the final days of a failing company. Especially compared to the other non-sports line-specific released, Pukeymon is a weird one. Definitely the odd man out. So, do I really think that Pukeymon caused specific trading cards' downfall? If I was gonna be honest, no, not at all. It's definitely clickbait. Obviously, it's freaking clickbait the whole time. It's obviously clickbait. But if I was going to be dishonest, yeah!